Alright, so I completed putting on the body kit, all except for the diffuser. I also need to wait for the front bumper. But in the next episode, I'll start completing the body work for the body kit. You'll see. I'll explain how I'm gonna do the permanent attachment of these body panels, and then show what I'm gonna do. But right now, I got this up. I had to cut the side skirt to make it fit correctly on both sides. So I also had to put the screw for this one up a little further, but that's alright. Anyways, in the next episode, I'll continue on. Welcome back. This is part 2 of my body kit install. So on the first part, I got all of these installed. On this part, we'll start getting it ready to sand and do all that stuff. But first, I want to show you what I did. Actually, let me see. I don't have them here, but when I did most of all this side, I wasn't sure how I was gonna do the final fastening of these parts. But on this side, what I started doing, if you look back here, I started using these rib nut, or these little butterfly nut things. They're really a lot easier to put on. So I did not do that for this side over here, so I'm gonna have to change that. Also, in the front ones, I don't have any done yet up there. So the reason for that is I'm gonna need to actually cut some of these bolts down a little bit before I put them in their permanent spot. So after that, and I get it all ready to go, what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna use JB Weld to permanently stick these screws on here, and then I will Bondo over it, and then they will be permanently attached to this part, or onto the body kit part, and they'll be able to slide on, and I'll be able to screw them from the back, and they'll be hidden hardware. That's the plan. Hopefully it works out. We'll see how it goes. So first off, I need to get started. Okay, here I am so far. So got all the bolts on the back, and then I put this JB Weld onto all these bolts. Now they're all held into place with the JB Weld. It's a JB Weld that does plastic to metal, so that it holds this in place. They all seem on there pretty good. So I'm gonna, now I could take all these pieces back off, but now it has these all in place. Now I can take these all off. I can clean up the cuts on the other side, but then I could just start. What I'm gonna do next is put the Bondo, but it's the one with the fiberglass in it, so it's a little bit tougher, and cover it up, and then from there we'll glaze it so that it's all smooth. Then you won't be able to see any of the hardware because it's all going to be on the back side. Hopefully that turns out well, but let me continue working and get it from there. Okay, it's been a little bit since I last filmed, but I've taken off all of these because I got them all glued on. There's a couple I gotta fix, but I've started the first part. I used the fiberglass bondo or fiberglass filler to do the first part. Then I did a rough sand down so that it looks okay. It obviously is not done. So you know, this stuff, this fiberglass resin is a very rough very rough filler. I wanted it to be tough. I wanted it to be tough over here to fill up these gaps. Also, then rough sand it down, and then I will put regular filler on to start smoothing it out. I mean, these ones, as you can see the top, the heads of the screws in here, but it's just rough. Then I'll put on regular bondo and then smooth this out a lot smoother. But that's where I'm at right now. Okay, I know I haven't been filming too much about what I'm doing, but I got the resin done and some of the bondo done on some of these parts. There's a couple parts I will need to redo with some bondo and like this screw right here. I'm gonna have to JB weld on because it was bent the wrong way. But then I'll need to bondo it over right here because there's like a little hole where it created. There's like this piece. Not this one. This one right here. The bolt is a little loose, so I will have to redo it here. But so as you can see, I've smoothed out these ones here. I still gotta sand these ones down. I still gotta put some bondo on some of these ones. The resin is all done on all the pieces, but I'm gonna have to put bondo, sand it down, and then once all that's done, then I'll glaze it and hand sand everything. I've been hand sanding some of it just to get it as smooth as I can. I got a hand sander there, but I found that the electric sander works well for this step because I was trying to hand sand it at first and it was way too much work for this part. So I'll be hand sanding the final glaze section, and then I'll primer it just to make sure that there's no pits or divots, and if I find any, then I could just glaze those parts over again, sand them down, re-primer it, just make sure it's all good to go. Alright, I know I haven't been videotaping a lot of what I'm doing, but it's been really hot, and I just want, when I do have time to work on it, I just want to get work done. So I'll come out here, do as much as I can before I need to go inside from the heat. But it's coming along, slowly but surely. So I am almost done with the second part of covering these up. Did the resin bondo and then the regular bondo, and then I will need to do the glaze. But in the meantime, I have finally got the new diffuser that I ordered. This one is much better quality. It's a better fiberglass and plastic mix. It's very sturdy. It actually fits correctly, which is great. Came with hardware, everything else. So first things first though, I need to get the brake light, or not the brake light, the backup light working with the new one. I mean, because right now, if I reach down here, it's just a bulb. And so my new brake light, if I can find the end of this, So this is what the backup light looks like right now. There's two of them from the original, but now the new one is just a rectangle. It goes right there. I need to cut that out as well, but it's just a single backup light. So I do have that right there. I bought some connectors and stuff like that, so I can disconnect it really easy without having to like wire them in, because I want to attach the light here and then attach it there and then be able to just put it on without worrying about it. Then I can just do what I got to do. Alright, so let me get to work here and get the backup light working, and then we'll worry about mounting this up, and then I could be done with this portion of my body kit. Currently I'm not going to paint it right now. I just want to get it on because I need to get this thing smogged. So I just want to get it drivable again, which is, I mean, it's drivable now, but you know, the front is cut up. I still don't have my new bumper. I'm still waiting on that. So let me get to work. Okay, now I'm doing the glaze on the front fenders. So this one, it comes in a little tube, and then you spread it on. I'm letting it dry right now, then I will sand it out and then primer and see if it looks good. If it's good, then I'll leave it like that until I go take it to somewhere to get painted. Unfortunately, my bumper isn't coming for months, so it's gonna be like that for a little while. But if I can get this done, then I can actually drive my car for a little bit in the meantime, because I got oil change and car registration due, so I need to get the smog done. But almost there. Getting the front fenders done, and then I'll do the other parts, because I'm not putting those back on my car. This I will put back on my car. The other pieces I'll just hold on to until I get them painted. But these I want to put back on my car because I already have the front fenders cut. So since I don't have the back fenders cut, I'm just going to leave them aside until I get those painted. But trying to get this done so I can drive my car. Alright. So I have everything ready to take and paint. I got all these parts ready. They're ready to go to the shop and paint. I need to get this cut. I'm still waiting on the front bumper, but you know, we can take that in to get painted after the fact. I got my diffuser I did put on, but I did paint it. I painted it with this truck bed stuff, and it actually came out really good. So it came out in a pretty good texture. Came out pretty good, so I think it's ready to go. I just need to take it to the shop. They can cut the back fender, get all the body kit parts painted, put them on, and the next thing I'll do is get wheels. But let's get this painted. I'm ready for it to be almost done, because it took a while to get all this done. So